Jordan's a very good football player. Had a much better year 2 years ago. Obviously had some setbacks injury-wise this year that affected his production. But that's certainly on the table being discussed. But it still falls back to when you work in a cap environment that it's got to be the right player first, but just as important, it's got to be the right price.
Mike, is there any communication been going on with Manziel at all at this point?
I did go to visit him last week. I'll keep the details of that private, just out of, to respect his privacy and the situation that he's in. But other than that, we're also just in general terms with that time of year with players. There's not a lot of communication. That conversations cannot be football based. But I just wanted to go visit him and see how he's doing and let him know that we're proud of him for the decision he made to go in, and obviously he has our full support.
Mike, did the team encourage him to do this?
Did not. It was his choice.
Did you know it was an issue throughout the year last year?
I did not. I mean, I knew that our players from time to time, some more than others, would be out and about, but I didn't know that there was a problem, certainly one that was that serious.
Did he talk to you before he went in?
He did not.
Do you have any expectation for when he might rejoin the team?
I think it was open-ended. Again, I don't want to get into too many details of it. So I don't have a firm idea of when he'll be back.
How's he doing? I mean, during your visit, how'd it go?
Again, respect his privacy. He's in a much better place now than he was before he went in, and he's very determined, to come out of it in a much better way.
Does it add even more question marks to an already uncertain quarterback situation?
Well, I'd be a lot more concerned if we had a game this Sunday, but it's something that's a position that we're gonna look to address. All options are on the table. Talked about that at the end of the year.
Mike, in retrospect, what do you wish you would have done differently in year one?
With him in year one, again, I'm not into hindsight and woulda, coulda, shoulda with that. What regrets we have. We coached him to the best of our abilities as a coaching staff, and that there were some issues that at the end of the year he felt he needed to address, and he went ahead and stepped forward and said, I need help, and went ahead and initiated it.
When he does come back, how will your handle change in the future? What did you learn?
He'll be treated as we treated him before. He'll be one of our 90 players in the spring. And we'll go from there. The hiring of Kevin O'Connell, I know a lot's been made of that, but we know Kevin will do a great job with all of our quarterbacks, holding them accountable, not just working on their technique, but implementing the scheme. And we're confident not just Johnny, but all of our quarterbacks will make great strides under John DeFilippo and under Kevin as their coach.
At this time last year, you're going through the pre-draft background check and vetting and all that of Johnny. Looking back, did you miss anything, and can you take any lesson from that process?
I think we had the information that everybody else in the league had. So it's when it's easy to look back now and say, well, what did you miss, or you can interpret something a little bit differently now, and it turns out to be a deeper rooted thing than you thought. But obviously we felt very comfortable with his background, and certainly enough to draft him.
After Johnny Manziel and the Josh Gordon situation, do you feel like as a franchise maybe you guys need to be a little more cautious or leery of guys with characteristics?
Well, I think there's a danger in that if you just say, hey, listen, we're only going to add players to our roster that are in the National Honor Society and in the school choir, and there's a danger to that. I mean, you look across the league. I mean, it's not just the league; it's society in general. It's rare that you're going to have somebody that just has impeccable, clean character, and it's all risk reward. You got to weigh it, just as every team. It's one of the reasons we're here doing these interviews, and we've had some players that have had some issues, and you look to learn from it. But at the same time, I don't think you can just knee-jerk react and go the exact other direction. And this, anybody that has any type of red flag, you shy away from.
Mike, do you go into free agency in the draft feeling like you have to find a starting quarterback, other than Johnny?
Well, that's probably accurate, just because it's you just look at the uncertainty of where he is, and just given the small sample size, we still don't know, based on what he was going through, whether or not he is that answer. I just think there's too much unknown. Like I said, I'd obviously be scared if we had a game this weekend, but it's a position we're well aware of where our depth chart is. We'll certainly look to address here in the coming months.